really, really exciting. She's lots of following up for her and for us to be able to help her. But I just wanted to
Oh
say how
yeah.
proud I am of her. I don't think she's on, so I think she's trying to pack and heading back to the US. So just wanted to share that. Oh, I can't hear you guys.
Can't hear. Can't hear.
Or are you saying something, Adrian? I can't hear anything. I think you're
George
muted.
and, George and Adrian, you're muted.
Okay, now.
Hi,
Okay.
so yeah, we were muted. Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for sharing that so much. We absolutely adore watching Jasmine succeed online. To watch her Facebook page. And also, what a great thing that she did there, getting together, locking arms, and having an event with 15 people. That is awesome. That's incredible. How awesome is that? And you know what? I know how when you're out there and you're like doing it on your own too, like I know that feeling. So I'm just really proud of her to say, I'm taking this on. Let's go, you know? So that's exciting. Okay, who else
Yeah.
would like to share?
Adrian, I'll share something.
ahead, Jada.
Gary and I have been talking about, okay, we need to find more people in Charlotte for the May event. So driving to lunch to meet a VA on Friday around noon, we were talking about it. We get to the restaurant, we walk out, we're out on the pier, we turn around and there's this girl sitting adjacent to us who had a severe sunburn. And I just walked past her and I said, oh my goodness, you do realize you're sunburned, right? I mean, you can tell she wasn't from Florida. She speaks up and she says, yes, ma'am, I know I am. I was in Cocoa Beach yesterday. I went, where are you from? She said, Charlotte. I said, thank you, Lord.
Wow. Oh my gosh, Freda, that is amazing. Yeah,
Yes.
you put it out there and it was delivered to you on a silver platter.
The rest of the story is she booked her for the convention on Saturday morning. So with friends.
Awesome, you guys. Great teamwork. You guys are the best. I just love watching you two in action. Honestly, it makes my day because you really work from inspired action. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know what your goal is. You know you're going to get there. There's no fear. It's just faith. And you're just working with your goals and working with, you know, the energy and the universe, God. And I really love that. Okay, that's awesome. Share. Thank you guys. Okay, who else would like to share real quickly? We'll take one more.
I have to have that music for Jeopardy.
Jeopardy. Jeopardy. Mm-hmm.
Jeopardy.
Okay, we'll get started. So I want to just start this conversation by a raise of hands. Who here is using the welcome letter right now or a version of a welcome letter? Yes? Look at the hands raised. Okay, yes, okay, exactly. Now that's interesting because each one of you that are using the welcome letter, I know your teams are plugged in. I actually, because I see your teams plugged in, right? I see them in the shout. I see them plugged into what we're doing here. I see them every time I do a Zoom call with them, they already have their apps downloaded. They know what they're doing, right? And so that's one reason why we do a welcome letter. And this is like for years and years and years, we've never relied on the company just sending the receipt in a welcome letter. We always rely on the invitation. They're being invited and welcomed into the team as a whole, right? So there's two things that always happen when you enroll somebody right after, literally minutes after the enrollment goes through, new ID, fresh little baby bear, okay, is in your team, fresh little baby bear is in your team, and you need to feed them. And so what you do is you send them immediately in text and an email, a welcome letter, and say, I really would love for you to get through these beginning steps to help onboard you and orient yourself for success. So in other words, you're saying, welcome to the team. You need to get, on board and participating. So George, real quick, will you share, I mean, you've been doing this business for 30 years-ish now-ish. How long have you been using a welcome letter?
Well, I was 10 years old when I started network marketing. One of the reasons the welcome letter, by the way, is because it's a way for people to be connected with the team, because the company always is going to send a letter too. They send usually an email, etc., welcome to the etc. But when you send something that's connected with the team, they see that there's going to be a support there. That's very important. Even if the information was exactly the same, although it's not, because we have the website, we have different things. And the reason is because you are showing people that there is going to be a lot of support, not only from the company, from us, but from us, from the team. And also, it's very important that they understand, they see the different points that they can to start a business. That's a great way for them to get ready for the onboarding. And even on themselves, they are going to start checking when they get the letter. No, I don't say everybody, but many people are going to start checking the links to see what is this, what is that, and they start getting more familiarized with the company and the team. And that's very, very important. Many people that you see in the past, or even in any company, they say, oh, I was not successful, it's because they were not connected. Then the welcome letter is a way to start a connection.
Yeah. So you have to remember, like
With the team. I'm talking about
yeah,
the team. Yeah.
You're literally orienting them for success. And you know what the crazy part is, you guys, when we get people on opportunity Zooms, and I know several of you say this, we have a system is what you sell them. You tell them and you sell them. We have a system. We have an elite mentorship program. We have a team of people that you're going to be plugged into. There's a meeting every single day that you can plug into. Training is available, all of that stuff. Well, the welcome letter is the first introduction to the elite mentorship program, right? It's the first introduction to, we're taking you under our wing, right? We're putting an umbrella of protection over you as you enter our team, okay? So it's that important. I feel bad. I was doing a call like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we were moving so fast, like the team was moving so fast during the power ups that I kept saying, you guys anyone new, send a welcome letter, I had to remind, because during that time I knew we were moving so fast, we might forget. And I knew that would be like the kiss of death if we were moving that fast and not orienting people for success. So that's when we did a little tip here. Ready? Tip means to ensure promptness. How many of you guys have the upgraded version of the app? Anybody? You have the Pulse. You have that. You're able to add your own media and contacts. Okay. The reason I would pay for that would be for that reason. Now, if you're brand new, maybe wait till you're 3-star. It's up to you. But I definitely pay for the paid version because I want that feature where I can start adding in my own things. Not to mention, they're going to be adding a lot of features at convention that you're going to probably want to have available to you. Can we not? Okay, so I would like to start screen sharing. Okay, Shannon, I'm so sorry. We'll have to get to that in a minute. We're going to start screen sharing. George, do you want to here? Let me hand George the iPad. He can become co-host and fix that. Okay. Sorry. Hold on. We want to make sure everyone's able to get their camera on. Okay, so what I did is I went to the legacy makers, our legacy makers. Okay, I went to the legacy makers.
You have a class now?
And let me mute everybody. There we go. Okay, I went to our legacy makers. I downloaded the PDF, or you could use a hyperlink. Either one, just take the link or take the PDF of the welcome letter, and I uploaded it into my app on my phone. So now, when I enroll somebody right away, what I am doing is I am taking that welcome letter link and I'm texting it to them, as well as I'm emailing it to them through my 3 app to make sure that they are getting that. Now, what's the advantage of doing that extra step? Does anybody know? Doing that extra step means that as soon as they click on it or they review the content or the information, I'm being informed, right? The leader is being informed. Now I know, I'm like, oh, Becky, who said she wasn't interested in the business at all, has looked at the welcome letter 3 different times already. I ought to reach out to Becky, right? And see how she's doing and be like, hey, thank you so much for taking a look at the welcome letter. Do you have any questions for me? Did you get your app downloaded, right? You're going to book, obviously, I always book the onboarding call too, right away. Like I want to do an onboarding call with them. But that first initial thing, as soon as I get off the phone, I have the order, I place the order, okay? I'm sending that welcome letter. So I'm doing it through the app now because it's trackable. And that's the reason I'm doing it through the app. I see Tony nodding his head. Yeah, it's trackable. When I used to just send a link, it was like, you know, throwing noodles against a wall and hoping they saw the information in the loads of emails they got that day, right? But now if I send it via text and via email real quickly through the app, boop, 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 here's a welcome letter. Please click on it. Please read through it. It's going to help orient you for success, right? It puts them back in control. It puts them in the power of taking care of downloading their own app, going through the back office themselves, setting up their 3Wallet. It takes care of getting involved with Shout and making sure they're participating in Shout, and it takes care of their SmartShip. Now, how important is it for them to know how to handle their SmartShip? Because I can tell you, oh my gosh, that one of the biggest mistakes when I first got into this business, this was 16 years ago, is I was bringing on a lot of customers because I couldn't stop talking about the product. I was too scared to talk about the business. But then I would tell them I would take care of everything for them, like, oh, good customer service, right? Which is true. That's true. We need to have good customer service. But I was managing like 16 people's SmartShip orders. Anyone ever played that game? It's not actually a fun game, okay? It's not actually fun for you because 80% of your time should be spent on recruiting, on prospecting, 20% on managerial type things. That's why we are 1099 employees, my friends. We're not here to track and manage people's SmartShips. That's like the company and the tools and the app. The tools need to do the work for you so that you can focus the 80% of your time on onboarding and recruiting new people right into your team. So if you have this one piece in place, this welcome letter piece in place, your life is going to get so much easier, so much simpler. The process of bringing them into the fold, of getting them onto the next call, of inviting them onto this call in the morning is so much greater because they have a deeper understanding of what the next steps are. There is one thing I want to do, which is update, and I believe we have the team calendar list on there, but I might not. I think I include that on my own. So that's another thing I need to update, as well as Carmen, thanks for the tip on putting the welcome letter in Spanish. And George might get to that. If you get to it sooner, let us know. I'll get it up on the website. So we want to be using the welcome letter often. And it needs to be one of those things that you're kind of excited about doing every single day. It's a reason to follow up too, especially for people who say that they're not exactly ready. You're giving them a reason to follow up. You're giving them a reason to address their SmartShip and make sure they understand the importance of that, right? It's giving you a reason to onboard them in. And then they're like, well, what's 3Wallet? Like this happened with Becky, right? Who said she did not want to be a part of the business. She was too busy. She's working 2 jobs. You know, Becky doesn't have time for the business, but she's excited about the product. Well, as she's onboarding herself through the welcome letter, she says to me, what's the 3Wallet? I said, oh, that's how the company pays you. And she goes, oh, I probably don't need to set that up, do I? I said, well, did you go into your back office yet? Yeah. I said, did you see that QR code and those links? Yeah. I said, if anyone ever gets excited about the products, you can share that customer link. And if they order, that money is going to go into that e-wallet. And she's like, wait, it's that simple? I'm like, yeah, if you decided you liked the way you felt, you shared it with somebody else and you sent them that customer link and they ordered, then you'd want to access the money in your e-wallet. And she's like, oh, so I guess I better set it up. You might want to, I mean, just in case, right? So that's another way about just taking people across that line, getting them across that threshold. Customer to builder. There's a threshold. There's a series of steps. When somebody says, no, I don't want to do the business,
you won't do that.
What they're really saying to you is, I don't have time, or I don't have money. They're thinking they're in a different mindset, right? They're either still trading time for dollars, which is fine, or they don't fully understand. So whenever somebody says, I absolutely don't want to do this business, I already know, KNOW, they don't know enough. So I take it at face value. I said, that's okay, no worries. Let's get your products ordered. Let's see how you feel. We're going to do your onboarding call. I'm going to have you read through this welcome letter, get oriented. And always after that step happens where I'm welcoming them into the fold, there's going to be questions about the business, about how to earn income, about what's next. How do I keep my SmartShip? What's the minimum SmartShip? What's the best product to keep on SmartShip, right? I mean, all of those questions are going to come out. And you're just going to help follow along by keeping them oriented. So when I'm doing an onboarding call, it's going through the welcome letter again with them, making sure that they've done those beginning steps, and that I'm taking them across the line. I'm getting their goals. I'm finding out what's most important to them. What's the best outcome for you in 3 is sometimes a question I'll ask. That's the question. What would be the best outcome you can imagine happening here at 3? Because that's what I want to help make happen for you, right? Well, the best outcome? Oh, I thought I was just ordering products. Oh yeah, but what's the best outcome? What's the outcome you're looking for? Oh, well, I really just want to feel good. In what way? Oh, I want to, feel my joints hurt. And what else? And I'm gathering and getting their goals. And usually you guys will have a lot of that already done before you enroll them, but you're reminding them on the onboarding. What's your best outcome with 3? Right? And then I'll say, if you could get excited about earning additional income with 3, would you say yes to it? Well, what do you mean? Well, could you get excited? Like if the company were to pay you, and I don't know, an extra, $25 or $350, would that excite you? Well, I told you I wasn't interested in the business, but I mean, I wouldn't say no. Okay, great. So I'm just going to write it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like meet them where they're at, meet where their goals are, and then paint the bigger picture. I totally know how you feel, Irene. I felt the same way when I first came on board. I wasn't looking at this in a big picture way as far as business, but I was very excited to try the products. I'm happy to help make sure that you reach those goals with the products. This is how I would incorporate those products. And then once you get a result, I'll just let you know, I couldn't stop talking about it. I started sharing with my friends. I started talking to other people. Next thing I know, the company's paying me money. So don't negate it, but let's move on, right? And then I'm just guiding them through that process. So you're painting the bigger picture vision. That's how you turn a customer to a builder, and you're doing it using the tools. The welcome letter is the excuse. It's the reason you're getting on the call is to onboard them, walk them through those steps, even though you've already sent it. But the best outcome for you, my friends, is that when you go to do that onboarding call, they've already gone through all those steps, right? And they're like, how do I start sharing? I'm so glad you asked. We have a 5-point recruiting system. Let's dive in. Next step, right? You'll take them from welcome letter. You have this set up. You have to ask. Don't just take their word for it. Did you get your SmartShips done? I always set up their SmartShip for them, and I teach them what the importance of it. So I don't leave SmartShip up to them. I always when I enroll them, they're getting a SmartShip because I know I'm saving them money up front. I'm getting them again across that threshold, and it allows me to have that conversation with them. Whether they like it or not, I'll change it, but it's there for them. And they'll go, well, why did you do that? If they say that, well, to make sure that you're set up for success, but we can always change that if you feel like it. So I'm never going to lock somebody into something, but it's there for a reason, right? So it's giving, again, the conversation. Okay. And then, yeah, so that is that. So those are the beginning steps. I know I kind of like wheeled around, but it all starts with that conversation of, did you get the welcome letter? Okay. Did you get the app downloaded? Have you checked out the back office yet? Okay. When can we jump on a quick onboarding call? So some of the best and brightest leaders I know, they're following the welcome letter. That's the reason for onboarding. It's how they're taking them across that line and getting them to that next step. If you don't have welcome letters going out, it's a mess for somebody who's an upline leadership to come in and be like, well, did you talk to them about that? Oh, wait, well, why did they get upset about SmartShip? Oh, wait, did they not understand that, we have that they can do that through the app? Do they not? Do you know what I'm saying? Like it makes the job harder, a little bit more difficult. It gets a little bit messy. So the closer you can follow the onboarding process, the welcome letter, app downloaded, SmartShip setup, like the closer you can get to getting those pieces done, the better. Oh shoot, I thought I was sharing my screen. I'm sorry, I'm on George's computer. Let me go here. Here I was just chatting with you all and not showing you anything. Okay. Let me see. George, real quick, is this your Chrome or is this your Safari?
No, just go to Chrome.
Oh, I see. Okay, it's open. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, welcome letter. Okay, so let me come back here. Sorry guys. You're like, wow, she's just blowing and going with not even showing us anything. Okay, share. Okay, can you all see something here? Let me get back to Chrome. Okay, there we go. Can you guys see that? If I could get a thumbs up.
Yes, we
Okay,
can see
thank
it.
you so much. Appreciate it. Okay, so all right, so this is on the ourlegacymakers.com site. R like the letter R, legacy makers with an S.com. The welcome letter is right here. This is what you're downloading and putting into to help orient yourself. And you'll see here, let me see if I can see it there. Okay, whoopsies. All right, it's welcoming the new brand ambassador. Now, could you send this to a customer as well? Yeah, I would. I would just send it to them, you know? And then, because you never know. And then it talks about your decision to join the new Venture 3 International as a brand ambassador with us makes my heart sing. I trust it does yours too. This is a little wordy, but that's okay. Let's start the basics of getting connected. Here's the app. Log into your back office. Oh, Shout community. So here's the whole thing. App, Shout, 3 back office, Legacy Makers, and the calendar, the team calendar. All right. And then it takes a little bit deeper. It goes through the Shout app. There's the short link. It's a free app that's where we put all the content out. I know Christine Peterson has her group in there. We have ours. I'm going to be creating a group for convention that will be in there that we'll all be a part of, those who are attending convention, so we can all stay in touch while we're there. And then it helps them orient themselves for success in their back office. Add a headshot, know where your QR code is. Under business, you'll see team below and how your business is growing. So giving them just basics, right? Under tools, documents, and media, you'll find the basics. And then SmartShip, most importantly, under the orders tab in your back office, click on recurring SmartShip and make sure you have a 60 to 100 CV order getting set up. Now, will everybody do it? Does everybody do this? No. But is it important for them to understand why? Yeah, absolutely. So that's what it's going through. And then it gives some additional links like the 3-wall and how to get a hold of Dr. Dan. I do not answer a ton of science questions. It's not because I don't know them. It's because I don't want to be responsible for that 24/7. The company has the wall. They have science at iii.earth. If you're on 5 medications, like I am not your doctor, please seek medical advice and let them know you're starting a new program. And if you have a specific question about an interaction, you can go to the PDR or you can go to science at iii.earth. Do you know who answers the science at iii.earth, friends? Dr. Dan. So Dr. Dan is science at iii.earth. And so I like reminding you that because I never want you to think that it's just going and you're sending an email out to the 3 universe and hoping for a scientific response. He and the scientific advisory board answer those emails. So that's why those are there. Okay, so that's the welcome letter. We've seen it. We see it. You can download it, right? You just click the little arrow, download it. You can hyperlink it into your app. We have it in the Teams on ours, and you guys should be able to send it. It's generic for a reason. If you want to riff off of this, be my guest. Like if you think you've got one better, you want to incorporate some of your team things in there, absolutely. This is meant as a guide. It's a guideline for success. Okay, so that's all I'm going to share around the welcome letter. Let me get back here. That was real super quick and easy, but I just wanted to make sure that we all got the importance of it. Okay, I'm a stickler about it, you guys. Not just because I'm a systems person, but sometimes I think we get into network marketing and we're so happy to leave traditional business, we forget how to stay organized. And like Antoinette, like I know, girl, like Antoinette and I are like sticklers. We're like, did you send a welcome letter? Like, you know, because it's that important. It's the one piece you got to get right, and everything else, because of the welcome letter, if you walk them through, they'll figure it out. Okay, but it's just that one professional piece that needs to take place, specifically in our team. So it's our team standard. Woo, it's the team standard. Okay, so the team does this. You're a part of the team. Start doing it if you haven't been doing so already. You know what would be amazing? And I say this a lot. If you've never sent the welcome letter to anybody in your business before, go back and do it today. I mean, don't spend a ton of time on it, but go back and do it and be like, you know what? I am so sorry. It's been 18 months and I forgot to send this to you in the very beginning. And I just feel like I did you a huge disservice. Here is the welcome letter. I'd love for you to like take a look and dive in. If there's anything I missed, please let me know. I'm so like, you're opening the conversation. Yes, you're taking the blame, like, oh, I forgot to send this to you, but what are you doing? You're reopening a conversation and you're able to check in with where they're at right now. What's the pulse? You know, they might be like, oh, that's okay. I was never really that interested. Or they might be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like, that's awesome. You know, how can I get more plugged in? I didn't realize my CVs in my SmartShip needed to be set to that. Like, you know, things like it opens up a conversation for being able to address whatever their comments, questions, and concerns are now for taking them to the next level. Well, now that you have this, what would be the best goal for you? Okay. All right. So it's fun. Yes, I see that. I've never sent a welcome letter. I thought the company sent the welcome letter. Thank you so much for asking that question. You are right. The company sends a welcome letter, but it's not a team welcome letter. There's a huge difference. right? I can go on to Amazon and, place an order and they send me a receipt. That is very similar to what the company does, right? They're sending the receipt, they're sending your ID, and they're saying, welcome to 3, but they're not welcoming that brand new person to the team. They're not getting them set up for success towards what the team standard, like towards what we're doing as a team. So the company is not building your business for you, it's building it with you. So we want to make sure that we are in control of our own business and our own team, and we're sending that welcome letter too, so that we can have the reason to reach out and follow up. So I'm glad that you asked that question, okay? Because it's the number one question I get all the time. Doesn't the company do that? Yes. But see, if I wanted to be an affiliate for, I don't know, some type of nutritional thing on Amazon, there has to be something more substantial than just, here's your link, good luck. No, they have like a whole onboarding process. This is a part of our onboarding, making sure that we're getting people oriented for success appropriately. Okay, yes, exactly. I'm so glad. Guess what you get to do today? You get to send the welcome letter out. You get to do it and then start those conversations again and be able to plug them in a little bit better. All right. So I understand, and I see some texts. We have some new rank advancements. I know we have Dr. Natanya, who just reached 3-star. I know we have Elizabeth Muna, who just reached 3-star. You guys are awesome. Congratulations. Does anybody else have some rank advancements they'd like to share? Anything you want to say about those?
I just would love to congratulate Elizabeth. She's worked very hard and done a fantastic job in just under a month, really. So we're excited for her and all those to come behind her.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely,
Yes.
Shannon.
Yes.
Awesome. Elizabeth, do you want to share a few words about becoming a new 3-star?
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, let her talk. She's great. She really
You're
done it in 30 days.
Okay,
Oh,
now,
yeah.
perfect.
Went
Go
to-
ahead. There you go.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited, and I think one of the things is a structure. I go with structure. It's got to be fast, and so divine order. Just having Christine get me to Dallas, speaking with Kim, and I just said never give up. So maybe some of you don't know the backstory, but I started using the products probably when the company was 3 months old. So I knew George and Adrian. But the alignment, I don't say the alignment was a problem, but I think I just had to come in there to understand the products. Does that make sense? Not necessarily because I was reading everything, but I love the products, and maybe that was how Divine Order had it.
Yeah.
But I was just ready now, and being in line with Christine and Shannon, Antoinette is just awesome. And meeting with Kim just gave me the big picture. And I don't know that I have much to say because you just covered that. It's that welcome letter is so powerful, and I'm making sure that I incorporate that, because to me it's all about sublime programming. It's got to be subliminal, because have them. If you have them thinking, then it's slow. But being there before they think. And I love your example of where I come from is follow one course until successful. Focus is not trying to dump everything on there, but okay, let's get you on the products. Some people are going to come in that way, and some people are going to see the big picture, but not to give up because somebody says, I love it when somebody says, oh, I'm not interested, I'm not going to do this. I'm like, ooh, okay, this is good. I got to stretch me. Let's see what's going to happen. I got on a call with Christina, one of my friends I hadn't talked to for probably 4 years, and she was texting me an invite, and I thought, oh my gosh, she's on my list. And I called her, and she got on the phone with Christine. We got off the phone with Christine. She signed up, got her pack right there. So it's only inspect what you expect. Don't focus on just be dumb. Focus on nothing else but what you truly want to see happen. And if they're meant to be, I do that and leave the rest to God. They will.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, Elizabeth, you're muted.
Yes.
We
Sorry,
can't hear.
George.
Yeah.
Will you unmute
I
yourself?
somebody else, and I mute you.
Oh,
George
okay.
accidentally muted you, Elizabeth.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh. Okay, go ahead.
And
Elizabeth.
and I'm just saying simple things that I think might really help, because sometimes we just, a regular job, and if you're used to doing anything and you talked about trading money for hour or whatever, our mind is programmed. It's the old programming. And so quantum leaps just means we got to believe that you could just clip a finger and it can change. And if not, then you're the proof of it. So if you believe that, whatever you believe is a game anyway. So What is your belief? And so I think those are the things that I am reminding myself of here, expecting things to happen extremely fast and knowing that the people that are meant to be in my group are not the ones I know, but knowing that they will be there. So if I'm expecting 100, I'm expecting 200, 200 is going to be there. So I'm going to work for 200. If I end up with 50, well, I am well in my way to 200, you know? So you just can't fail. You just can't fail. So I am so excited just to see how this journey continues to unfold.
Yeah, well, Elizabeth, from the moment I met you, you have been in constant communication with the people that you work with. One of the things you're best at is you're an incredible communicator and a great visionary. Like you're always painting the picture for that big vision picture. And honestly, we're thrilled to have you engaged and partnered with what we're doing here at 3. I know you've had years of experience in a similar industry, and I mean, it's not lost on me the excitement to have somebody like you with your talent over here on our team. And this first rank advance to 3-star, you're setting the foundation for that 6 and 7 figure income. I believe it. I know you will. And so I'm thrilled to see you on stage, you know, at convention, not just as a 3-star. I'm sure you probably will rank 2 or 3 times by then. Let's go, Elizabeth. so excited for you. And what a powerhouse. Like, honestly, every time you speak, I get inspired. I just want you to know that. And so thank you for being that girl, that person, for so many of us. So I just wanted to say that. Yes.
Yeah, I agree. The same thing. I can see you reaching higher levels, and the way that I see you, the way that you talk to people, and the way that your eyes were when you understood all the numbers. I mean, I know as just your thinking became even bigger, because that's what happened to me and to us when we saw the power of this paid plan. He said, "Whoa, we are thinking small."
Yeah, it's fun to collaborate with people who can see those numbers and go, "Oh yeah, this is going to happen. Let's go." You know.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Christine. You were going to share something.
No, and I was going to say, yeah, I'm really, really proud of Elizabeth, because she came down and she saw the bigger picture, like George is saying, and Adrian, and she is a great communicator, a real star, a real rising star. And she's already thinking, oh, I got to get to 3-star pro in the next week. I mean, she's already thinking differently. She thinks bigger. She thinks bigger numbers. It's like shoot for the moon and fall among the stars. And she has a sense of urgency, and she knows exactly where she's going, what she's doing. There's no, well, I don't know. Do you think it'll happen? There's no doubt. And I think that's the major difference in people that make it to the top, is that there's an unshakable belief. And what is she doing already? She already is planning to bring in her car and other people from Kansas to come down to Dallas when Kim and our Super Saturday is there in May. So she's already thinking, get my leaders down there, get my leaders to see what I saw. She gets it. And she puts people on the call with me all the time. And she has amazing leaders like Marie on the East Coast, and they're thinking about get 100 people there in Washington, D.C. They're big thinkers. They think differently. And I want all of you to kind of grasp that. When you finally get that mindset, success is a mind game, like Elizabeth, you will have it all. Don't doubt. Sometimes things don't fit in the place at the time. It doesn't matter. That it's the bigger picture that you're looking at. You can't get bogged down with disappointments. You can't get bogged down. Oh, that person didn't sign up. I don't know. I couldn't get them on. They didn't show up for the call. It doesn't matter. Who's next? You know, that's my 4-letter word. And I know that's Elizabeth, and she has that same energy. She's just, okay, I got it. I love that, you know, and you want to find people like Elizabeth that are fast thinking, go, bigger picture. They're not any different than you, except they think differently. They put their clothes on just like you, but they think differently. That's all it is. So I congratulate Elizabeth, and I just think you're an amazing star, and we're so proud of you.
Very.
I have a question.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, it's Adrienne.
Hi.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, congratulations, Elizabeth. But I caught something that you said. You started out as a customer when the company first started. What was the changing point for you? What turned your mindset to the business?
Oh, Well, that's a good question. Maybe slightly different for most people, but I'm coming from another industry, another business. And that is changing as we speak. And so it was just where my mindset, I tried the products. I met with someone for coffee, and I always interested in healthcare. So I thought, oh, I'm needing to get some supplements. And so I got that. And I called her that night and I said, I got to have this. And so I loved it already. And then she told me it kind of made sense, but I didn't understand the binary. And it was a little confusing as it is, when you hear it for the first time. But I was excited. I got 20 people on a phone with George then, and we got a bunch of people who came in right away, just right there, we got on the phone. But because I was in between two things, if that makes sense, and my mind was not wired in terms of, do I need this? I didn't. So the understanding is what created the gap. The understanding is what created the gap. So that's why I think it is so important. Something that, Adrian said, we, follow on course until successful. And what was done was I got on the products. And so I know that the products were good, but I didn't understand the business in a way that would be prioritized in my mind. And so as life will have it this time around, Shannon, who I've had the privilege to work with for almost 10 years now in this other thing, very subtly, she knows I just go like, so fast. And she just, if she would have brought it the way I would have just like, oh no, this is not going to work. And she just subtly crept in my mind. And again, like what Adrian said, just go with the first thing. Say, there's a special going on. I'm saying, Shannon, you have all my info. Go ahead and put me in. And then she said, well, if you would like to get on a call, and I'm like, always open for info. I can never get enough of it. So I got on the call with Christine, and of course, it just hit me like a ton of bricks. This can work. I got excited, but I got excited without even understanding all of it. And so I think another thing that is important is sometimes we're busy wanting people to be as excited or get everything that we got because we think all that we got is want to get them and we lose them. And just like Nariza, who is here, she is a firehouse and she's going to grow, but we just the first thing first, let her get it and hold it on. And so then when Christine offered the opportunity to come to Dallas, I took it. And it's exciting. And I'm learning. I just found something else yesterday. I just understood the 3-Star Pro. And okay, you guys, I got to share this with you. So you know how you get on your thing and it shows that you're either on target for, it says 90. And at first it meant nothing to me. I was almost irritated. I was like, what is this thing? 3-Star, whatever. I need money. This is, this is just on my way. So I couldn't care less because I'm like, that's going to be done. And then yesterday, we got to know ourselves. You got to know what wakes you up. And I'm already a 3-Star. I don't even know it because in my mind, I'm like, what is this? It's going to happen. And this has been showing 92%, 95% away. And then yesterday I got in there, I'm with Shannon, and it's saying 3-Star Pro. I was like, okay, that sounds like money to me. So,
Now, I have a follow-up question though, but
okay,
Shannon, did you reach back out to her, or are you?
No, she did
How
not.
did you reconnect to share the opportunity?
So I work with Elizabeth, and I was just sharing that I was in this company, and so she got re-excited and re-interested, and it just kind of fell into place. So
the excitement was getting me on the phone with Christine. And what Christine did in a short time, even though it may seem like a lot of information, but there's enough information for me to get what was exciting. And what was exciting to me was when she talked about the binary and then the residual. And then it was so simple. I thought, okay, this can be done. I don't have to carry products. I don't have to, it was all of that. And so that was simple. And I picked that first thing. And every single time since then, I'm picking up more.
And Adrian, I think what it was is the timing. She was open to receive that information at that time, right? Yes. And Shannon, instead of forcing something on her, was just taking her across those little baby steps and saying, hey, I think, you know what, maybe now's a good time for you to jump on with Christine. And then Christine was able to share that bigger vision. And once she caught it, she was in that right frame of mind, right? So just because she was using the products for a long time didn't mean she understood the binary, right? And so that's what's so exciting. That's why you're
And I
always-
think the key is we're so concerned about channeling people. Like they're going to go this way, they're going to go that way. And all that is God's business, you know? The how is God's business. Just get them in and understand, because once Shannon got me, I knew I could direct myself, and I'm open to getting info. So it's kind of like, you know, it was so subtle, but when I got it, I don't need to be channeled. You know, it's like, let me find my way. And it's knowing the difference, and people would need help. Like, I just believe the best leaders allow you to lead yourself. They guide you. And some people need more, some people need less. Yeah. But not worried about controlling.
Yeah, I would add one more thing was the timing, because you said a lot of things changed on the business before during the last year, and that's the timing too. It's why follow-up is so important, because timing change. Things change, and we talk about that. It's what is called the looking zone. When things start changing, and then the information came back to her. Of course, there was an extra part that was up in her subconscious, not necessarily conscious right away. And that's why follow-up is so important, by the way. It's important. But that's the reason, and the timing was right. That's it.
Right.
And the right person too, because like say, Shannon has been working with her for around 10 years.
I think, and here's the thing, I think we oftentimes we overlook the ability to just reach out and see how somebody's doing and let them know what's new in our world. And that's really what Shannon did. We've got we've got this thing happening, like, you know, I'd like to, you know, have a deeper conversation, in other words, and just the timing is right.
Well,
Awesome.
and I think a key piece is not trying to control everybody's outcome. Like I am here to support in any way possible I can, and all my people know that. And there's no pressure, and there's no push, and there's, okay, you want to go this way, let's go. Because I know God will have it. God will have it, and he will bring it to success for them. Might just take us a little longer to get there. That's okay.
Shannon, you're such a great example too. My hat goes off to you. Like, even with me working with you, I think really fast, and you're thinking fast, but you're like calm. You're like an iceberg. Okay. She's just got depth underneath. There's just this little piece sticking out, but she only gives you what you need in that moment. And then she just somehow finds a way to slip in this tiny little statement where you're like, well, wait, what? Now I got to know more, Shannon. It's like her superpower. Okay. So for all of us who are like, you know, Shannon's like, how about this? And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like she really listens to you. That's what it is. She has a huge depth for listening and agreeing, and then giving them a little bit more. Yeah. And so just really grateful. So proud of you guys. Shannon, Elizabeth, Christine, Antoinette, the whole team. I cannot wait to be in Dallas with you. I'm flying in hot from Charlotte, and I will see you there. I'm so excited. George will be there too. He's going to do Spanish meeting up there. You guys, it's going to be an awesome event. Yeah. We'll get that up on the team calendar ASAP as well. All right.
Adrienne, real quick, when is Dallas? Because I'm flying into Dallas.
Dallas, they're doing a Super Saturday on May 3rd, a Spanish on Sunday, May 2nd, and then Kim Wee will be there Monday, May 5th.
Okay.
So the 3rd to the 5th.
It's going to be a weekend Monday, powerful. That's going to be.
Oh, I'm sorry. The 2nd to the 5th.
Yeah. I think
Antoinette.
Yes.
Anyway, that's going to be probably
Hold on.
one of the most powerful events before convention. I'm not exaggerating. We have so many people, leaders there. It's going to be amazing.
Say why it's so powerful, because when is our next big corporate event? Where is it at?
Utah.
Yeah, but no, the one after that. Did you hear that announcement? Oh, Texas. It's going to be in Dallas. It's going to be in Texas.
I didn't even know.
Yes, next year convention is going to be in Texas. So we're gonna go see. This is where my brain's at right now. We're going to Utah. Utah's the next big event, and then after that, my friends, we have another year to build up that whole area, and it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. So
home field advantage.
Yeah. Yeah.
By then, by the way, many of you will be 5-star and 6-star and 7-star, and we have to invent. The gold, diamond. Yes, it's amazing. It's why we are so excited. course,
Yeah.
by the way, don't wait until Dallas. Let's do it before Salt Lake
Yes.
City. And
We're
then-
having a mini convention in
Sure.
May.
Yeah.
And Sunday, the training is going to be in Spanish for business. We have a lot of new people that only speak Spanish. So we're actually not only doing the OPP, but George is going to be doing training because they have not heard about the welcome letter, how to get, it's going to be, and George is so fun in Spanish.
Yeah, and I'm learning Spanish very quick now to make sure that.
George will be polished up on the Spanish by the time he gets there on Sunday, okay? Awesome. So excited. Real quick, Dr. Green, do you have something you'd like to ask?
I just wanted to ask Elizabeth to tell us again about FOCUS. That was a wonderful acronym, but what does it mean again? Follow
one course until successful.
follow on course?
Follow one course.
One course.
Numerical. Yes.
Okay.
One course until successful.
Okay, thank you.
What a great question. I just put it in the chat. Awesome. Focus. Okay. All right, let's go out, my friends. It's 10:19 today. We had an incredible team rally this morning, team huddle. I'm excited to be working the basics with you. I'm excited to build huge organizations with you. We're professionals here, right? We're using welcome letters. We are a professional team. It's the team standard. And we're going to go out there and paint a big picture today of what we see happening here at 3. Put this on. You are building the next billion-dollar giant. You are pioneering it as we speak. Our sleeves are rolled up together. We are in the trenches. Mark my words, 3 is going to be a household name. It's going to take the next 2 to 5 years or less. I would say less. I would say the next 2 years, okay? Before we really dive into momentum, and every single one of you is positioned appropriately. Every single one of you is perfectly positioned to be able to go out, build a massive 6-7 figure income, whatever that looks like for you. Keep sharing the basics, Make the basics, okay? Keep sharing the basics and focus. Follow one course until successful. Thank you for that, Elizabeth. All right, everyone, have a beautiful day. I will see you on the calls. All right, we'll see you later. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.